The Trump administration issued a new rule that greatly impacts the entire LGBTQ community.
Yes, and you need to stay tuned so you can find out what this rule is all about. Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in.
Make sure you like our video and subscribe to the Ladies-in-Law.
Yeah, you know that little heart and thumbs up at the bottom of your screen? Click it before you do anything else.
Right, because legal news like this is too hot to miss, and we're bringing it to you every Thursday at 3 p.m. I'm Rippy.
And I'm Shake.
And we're the Ladies-in-Law.
We're ripping and shaking up all the legal information you know, need to know, and want to know.
From the tabloids to the courthouse to your own home.
So today we're discussing a final rule that was issued by the Department of Health and Human Services, which would remove non-discrimination provisions that protect the LGBTQ people when it comes to health care and health insurance under the Affordable Care Act. So although Congress has passed the Affordable Care Act, the Department of Health and Human Services is charged with issuing rules that interpret this act.
So the new rule focuses on Section 1557 of the Affordable Care Act, which makes it illegal to discriminate on the basis of race, color, national origin, sex, age, or disability in certain healthcare programs and activities. The issue here really is the interpretation of the word sex. Like, what does that encompass?
Right.
In 2016, an Obama-led administration issued a rule which said that sex encompasses gender identity.
Right.
And defined it as, male, female, neither, combination, whatever, to really be an all-encompassing definition.
Okay. Well, now this new rule that has been issued under the Trump administration defines sex discrimination as only applying when someone faces discrimination for being a female or a male, and does not protect people from discrimination based on sexual orientation or gender identity.
Right.
However, there is a recent Supreme Court case that actually ruled that in the context of employment discrimination, sex discrimination does include discrimination based on gender identity, and sexual orientation.
Right. According to Roger Severino, who directs the Office for Civil Rights of the Department of Health and Human Services, they're really going back to the traditional definition of sex. So it only includes someone's biological sex. Obama really expanded the definition to be all-encompassing, and the Trump administration is trying to tailor that back.
So take steps backwards in what has already,
In addition, Mr. Severino has also said that the new rule is going to save hospitals and insurers over $2.9 billion over the next 5 years in paperwork, because they no longer have to issue notices regarding these non-discrimination policies.
All right, okay. If that's true, saving paperwork and all of that and that much money, well, this new rule, though, has major implications on the LGBTQ community.
It does.
Especially with transgender people. I mean, for example, a transgender person could be refused care for a checkup at a doctor's office. And other possible scenarios include a transgender man being denied treatment for ovarian cancer, or a hysterectomy not being covered by an insurer, or costing more when the procedure is related to someone's gender transition. So money saved, but these implications...
It's an unfortunate situation, and this rule could also really affect someone's ability to receive health care during this pandemic, and that is just really sad.
Scary.
It is scary. It is really, really scary, the potential implications of this rule. Now, another thing that the rule changes, in addition to what we discussed, it affects regulations pertaining to access to health insurance.
Oh, okay.
Not just health care, but it affects health insurance. So it includes cost sharing, health plan marketing, and benefits. So, I mean, in addition to the care, transgender or LGBTQ people could also face negative implications when they're trying to get health insurance.
Just trying to get the insurance.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so really this rule could mean that someone who is trying to get an abortion could be denied based on someone's religious beliefs. So an employer, usually your health insurance is through your employer, and if your employer feels that because of their religious beliefs or morals that they don't support abortions, they can refuse to deny you coverage under the health insurance plan because of that. So that's not just for LGBTQ
community.
In general.
So just these steps backwards, wow, this is very impactful. An LGBTQ person, or even like we were saying with these abortion cases, somebody that's being discriminated against or denied health care can still sue, okay? And courts may rule that their civil rights were violated in such a case.
Right.
But that's just not, as lawyers, we know it's not an easy avenue. I mean, going through the court system, that case you're talking about that the U.S. Supreme Court heard for employment discrimination, that took 7 years to even get to the Supreme Court. So 7 years to even get there. But there is some good news. The LGBTQ activist group, Lambda Legal, said it will challenge this new rule in court.
And I'm sure there will be other people who will sue to challenge this rule as well as to prevent it from being enforced. So until someone actually files a lawsuit, the rule is scheduled to go into effect within 60 days. So we're looking at mid-August, but I'm pretty sure in the meantime, someone's going to file a lawsuit and some judge somewhere is going to rule that this rule needs to be on pause until we get this all settled.
Absolutely. And this all just shows why it's so important to vote. It's just so critical. And some people, they're apathetic and feel like the president is so far removed from them that it's not going to affect their lives. It does. We can see here, it's not just the LGBTQ community that's being affected. Grossly being affected, but
we said all women,
all
want to
women,
get abortions,
anything, and that's just not the case. The president appoints those that lead federal agencies that have significant rulemaking authority over legislation, over the Supreme Court justices that create these case law and this information. So please vote. It's very, very important.
Yes.
So thanks for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe so that you get all of the hottest legal news every week from the Ladies in Law.
That's another episode of Ladies in Law, not your average lawyers. Rip it up, shake it up, rip it up, shake it up, rip it up, shake